Hi there. Today I want to tell you a story of how I started going to the gym, how the very beginning phase of going to the gym went by, how I picked the certain decisions and why, and how you can benefit from all of this story if you are the person who wants to start going to the gym. Some people say that the beginner phase lasts from 2 to 3 years. As I'm finishing the second year of going to the gym in 3 months, I could say that I'm not, of course, an expert, but I have some experience. And definitely, I had some things to go through at the very beginning, which may be a valuable lesson for you. So, not to waste your time, before I even started going to the gym, the very first thing related to fitness and getting better body was dropping weight. Exactly, it started with a conversation with my friends, where we were sitting in school, and all of them were going to the gym already, training, eating like properly. And I started asking them questions, and we started talking like basic knowledge about getting more fit and stuff. And I was there, maybe not fat, really. I mean, I was fat, but I wasn't extraordinarily fat. But yeah, they were all trained, I wasn't, so it was like a basic narrative of me asking and they're being like a mentor in the moment. And I've learned some pretty good knowledge on that day. And also they showed me an app to track my calories. And that's where it started because I really got up on it. Installed the app on the very moment and started counting the calories from the very day. Well, I didn't have an experience about reduction and going on a mass. I just cut the most calories I possibly could. And it worked because I dropped from 93.5 kilos to 86.5 kilos in 6 weeks. So it's around 7 kilos in 6 weeks. And that was the perfect moment because after this weight loss was the first moment in years I stopped disliking my body. Earlier I didn't really care about it, but I didn't like how I looked like. And on that day, like maybe not on that day, but after finishing this weight loss, I really started maybe not liking, but not disliking my body. It already looked decent. For a disclaimer, my height is almost 2 meters, 196, so the weight is not that extraordinary, but I still wasn't fit. After that weight loss, there came my 18th birthday, and that's where my friends bought me some home workout setup. It was a very basic one. I got some adjustable dumbbells and a barbell with 15 kilos of weight and some extra resistant bands. I went half a year training this way, and it was good. Like, as coming with no experience, no muscle, no nothing, I was able to learn something, to train a little bit. Of course, some exercises I was doing were stupid, as doing dead pull with 50 kilos. What the hell? But I was already able to do something with that. I started snowballing my fitness. Also, that's around the time I learned about self-improvement for the first time. So I wanted to get better and better. And after this half a year, the time came to find the gym. I basically wanted to sign for the gym. And here is where I had a great head start because of those friends. They were also going to the gym. Most of them were going to the one gym. So I asked them where it is, how it works, how long is it opened, how to sign. I signed in and we went for the first workout. That's amazing. I went for the first workout with some of my friends who basically showed me what to do, how to do some basic exercises. If you aren't like me, that you have gym goers as your friends, you don't have gym bros. What you basically should do if you want to go to the gym but don't know anything about how to do it, open Google Maps on your phone or on your computer, type in gym in your language, look what pops up in your city, look what is the nearby gym to you, check out whether you like it or not. Maybe you're an introvert and you don't want a big commercial gym. So if you look a little bit longer, you may find some smaller gym that should maybe better for you, more suitable. Check for the prices. They already have their pages linked probably on the Google Maps. If not, just check the name. Buy the subscription and go. Because most gyms work on a monthly subscription, but also some gyms have free visits, like the 1 or 2 or 3. So if you are uncertain about the gym, whether or not it's too big, too cramped, too crowded, just go and check. Nothing stopping you. So for me, it was right now to pick the way I should train. So I thought what I want to achieve. Well, I've been unattractive all my life because I was fat. Then I came to not being fat. So now it's time to get more attractive by being muscular. So I basically wanted to be more attractive, so to be able to attract some girls. As it came with time, I also feel better due to having my body better. It brings a lot of benefits, but at the moment I thought I want to be more attractive. So it's basically choosing between 2 types of training: bodybuilding and powerlifting. In bodybuilding you care about building muscle, in powerlifting you care about lifting the highest weight. So basically for my goal, bodybuilding was the way, because it was more adjusted to my goal. So now I had to pick some exercises and build a plan. And honestly, I like to be well informed about what I will do in the near future. I'm not preparing it on the very last moment or us doing it. So I really went on the research, watched a lot of videos on the forums, on literally looking at the exercises. I've read up on some training splits. Also went a little bit even too much about learning whether I should go push-pull legs or whether I should go brawl split or anything like that, upper lower. But luckily went with the basics. So I've picked push-pull legs. So one day you do exercise where you push, the second day exercise where you pull, the third day you do legs, basically. Looked up some exercises that looked good on the video, and I literally put them in a plan. I've made a quick Excel file and screenshotted it, put it on my phone. So every time I went to the gym, I could look at my phone. Okay, right now I should do this. Right now I should do this. Right now I should do this. I even colored it for myself, showing which exercise trains which muscle, which was awesome at the moment. But I can tell you that with time, I've stopped using the strict workout plan, because it worked at the very beginning, but after some time, after a couple of months, you basically learn by heart what you can do at the gym. So after some time, instead of looking at the plan, I knew and I felt yeah, right now I should do this. And it might not be adjusted to my plan, but I may feel that I haven't been working my upper chest enough. So maybe I should do this exercise instead of this. Maybe I should do incline dumbbell press instead of flies. And I try, and I do. At the very beginning, creating a plan may help you, and probably will help you, especially if you don't know anything. Then you just can learn a couple of exercises and repeat them week after week. But with time you learn more, you see more people at the gym doing different exercises. If you're not introverted, you can go and ask them, hey, what muscle is this exercise working on? quick disclaimer on the place. The gym is literally a place for everyone. If you're an introvert, sure fine, you will be great. No one will disturb you. Only sometimes they will ask you how many sets you have left on this machine or the bench. If you're an extrovert, you can basically make friends every workout. Because like, the energy there is strangely different in a very positive way. But coming back to the topic, after some time I've learned to pick my exercises as I wanted to do them, which was way more fun to train this way, as I felt the energy of, yeah, I do what I want and it's good for me. And as I can tell you from those 1.5 years, having fun during workouts is an amazing boost in building muscle. Okay, exercise picked. Now I had to pick the rep range in which I do the exercises, because the internet speaks different ways, different theories, but summing them all up, I've read that for bodybuilding the rep range should be from 8 to 12, for powerlifting more like from 3 to 7. It's probably somehow right, so I went for 8 to 12. But I think that I focused on those numbers too much. Like, I've said that I want to do 10 reps of this exercise, and I did, even though I could push more. Because at the gym you learn that if you can push more, if you do push for more, your results will literally skyrocket. And for me, they didn't, because instead of pushing till the limit, I basically stopped on the number I've set at home with very little experience preparing the Excel file. So, yeah, those rep ranges I told you about are correct, but if you can, you may do more. You don't have to stick to the amount you've planned. And also, you should not stick to the same amount week after week, because you develop, of course. But that's what we will talk in a moment. So, the most important thing for you, basically, instead of focusing on those numbers, is to progress. How can you progress? If you've been somewhat to the gym or watched some content, you've probably heard about progressive overload, which is the concept of being at least a little bit better than last workout of this kind. So if you've done 45 kilo bench press for 6 reps last time, now you should do it for 7. Or maybe right now you're putting 47.5 kilos on the bench and lifting it for 5 or 6 reps. Like, getting a little bit better, 1 rep better, like 2.5 kilos better, 1 kilo better on a bicep curl. Basically, get better and better and better and better. Have you heard about the phrase being 1% better every day? If not, it's basically a math equation where if every day you improve by 1%, so the next day is 1.011 of your previous day, after a year you're 37 times better. So it's not something to be skipped. So now we come to how I should perform the set, because yeah, I've planned the exercises, I've planned the rep range, I've done something, but how should I do it? Because it's also complicated, especially with a lot of science info about lifting being out there in the internet. Should you do pause reps? Should you do them really explosively? Should you do them slowly? How much should you leave in your reserve? How close to the failure should you go? All of this stuff is debated on the internet, and I thought that, yeah, with pacing I've picked something. I don't really remember how I did it at the very start. I think I did it in moderate pace. But for coming close to the limit, I've planned those numbers. As I've said, I've planned doing, for example, 10 reps, and I stopped after 10th rep, most likely. But right now, like recently, I've learned about Sam Sulek's workouts. Because you probably know him. If you don't, he's the most popular fitness influencer right now these days. And someone like studied his workout routine, and apparently he did 95% of his workouts till failure, of his sets till failure. So he didn't leave any reserve, as pretty much most of science-based researchers advise you to. He didn't leave that space, that limit. He pushed to the very barrier of his strength. With every bicep curl, every bench press curl, bench press push, or anything like that. And I can tell you that recently I've been on a workout with the biggest one of my friends, and the advice that I've told you are probably right on this guy applies for him. He's huge, and when I talked to him, he basically and worked out with him, I saw that basically he pushes till his limit on every single set, every single last rep. He tries to push it, squeeze it as much as he can. And also, his plan isn't that strict, rather he chooses the exercises as we go. And it works for him. We are talking about the man that lifted, put 110 kilos on a bench press, did 7 reps with it, and as he was getting off the bench, he said, could have been better, and my strength got worse. We're talking about this kind of people. Sam Sulek, I don't know what he benches, but if you've seen him, he's enormous. And basically, I can trust that those kind of looking people probably have the best advice for you, as it worked for them. Well, of course, Sam Sulek is on steroids, but still, it's absolute amazing job of what he has built, what he has done. So summing up that point, the pacing, after all of those time, I can tell you that the most important part of the movement is where you put down the weight. It's called the eccentric part. So when you, for example, push on a bench press, push, most of the guys will drop quickly and try to push again. Drop quickly, try to push again. What you should do is go slower here. Basically, if you slow down this phase, you will build more muscle. I don't know the science behind it, but it puts more resistance on your muscles basically, and allows you to break them more, because it may sound terrifying, but for you to build muscle, you have to break it. You have to basically tear the muscle a little bit, so it grows back, and as it was torn, it has to grow back stronger. It's the basic of our body. If something is destroyed frequently, our body rebuilds it in a stronger way, so it's harder to be torn again. That's why we have to progressively overload, tear it again, and for it to be built up stronger again. And that's basically how I started going to the gym, what I've learned through this time. If you're the guy who wants to start going to the gym, or is at the very beginning of his journey, I hope that this story is somehow helpful for you. Well, I will drop more of my knowledge here on this channel, so if you want, you may drop a subscribe, because sometimes those videos aren't pushed to your For You page, even if you've watched multiple of my videos, because you don't subscribe. So if you want to leave a subscribe, you can leave a like so more people are able to see it. Now go and make a way to a better future.